Generational battles have waged constantly throughout history, and it's no different today. Log into any social media platform, and you are bound to see generations debating about who has it worse. Well, it's time to officially settle that score. How do different generations stack up when it comes to personal finances? Let's start right off the bat with our baby boomers. Rightfully so, our boomers are our most conservative investors. They like investments that generate income and dividends. Unlike younger generations, they aren't particularly concerned with environmental and societal concerns. As well documented on TikTok, our boomer generation has had a much smaller portion of their budget go towards primary housing. However, when you look at a boomer's net worth today, they have more in real estate than they actually have in pensions and almost as much in real estate as they have in stocks. Boomers have benefited greatly from the rise in property values. Higher income boomers are in a great position to retire comfortably. Unfortunately, those in the bottom quartile of income are only on pace to replace about 64% of their pre-retirement income. And whether you see it as more informed or jaded, this generation has a much more realistic retirement age of 68 years old. Next up, our Gen Xers. Unfortunately, they do appear to be our least prepared generation, the forgotten middle child, if you will. This generation is not risk adverse. They cut their teeth on the booming stock market of the 90s and haven't typically shied away from savings. Even during market volatility in 2008-2009, most Gen Xers stayed true to their savings rate. They have managed to accumulate more in assets than boomers at the same age. Unfortunately, they also have accumulated far more debt than generations before them. Gen Xers alone hold almost 40% of the US debt, even though they only make up 20% of the population. It's no surprise when surveyed, this generation feels the least financially secure. Which leads me to my millennials. Aside from the boomers, we feel the most financially secure. Studies show millennials have twice the median net worth that Gen Xers had at the same age. Our generation and those after us have greatly benefited from automatic enrollment in our 401k plans. Older millennials are actually on track to have the highest replacement rate of pre-retirement income than any other generation. However, we have not been left unscathed by the housing market. While 70% of Gen Xers own their own home, only slightly more than half of millennials are homeowners. When it comes to investing, millennials are very digitally adept, and at least 2/3 of us are looking for computer-generated or robo investment advice. And finally, our Gen Zers, currently ranging in ages from 12 to 27, we are just now starting to see data regarding their financial behaviors. Despite the fact that they will most likely live longer than any generation before them, Gen Zers plan to retire earlier than anyone else at the age of 57. Interestingly enough, Gen Zers reported that they do not have the same trust and confidence in computer-generated investment advice like millennials. They would rather take advice from a person, one they find on YouTube or TikTok. They are, of course, a huge benefactor of automatic enrollment. Their participation rate in 401k plans is a whopping 62%, double that of similarly aged employees in the year 2006. Who knows? Maybe they will retire at age 57. No doubt, how each generation handles their finances is a direct result of the world, the economy, and yes, the technology available to them during their formative years. Boomers prefer in-person advisor services because Zoom meetings weren't commonplace. After navigating the subprime mortgage crisis and the pandemic, millennials are really good emergency savers. Gen Z may just have retirement handed to them on a silver platter, thanks to automatic enrollment. And Gen Xers, You have a leg up in home ownership because homes were more affordable. Regardless of whatever generation you find yourself in, the key is to maximize any financial opportunity you are presented with. That's it for this week. This is Jeannie, the 401k lady.